Have you ever paused for a moment and thought, what if I grow old? Alone, it's not something most of us plan for. But one day the house gets quieter. Your phone rings less often. Friends move away or pass on. The world seems to slow down and suddenly you realize you're spending more time with yourself than with anyone else. But here's the truth, growing older alone doesn't have to mean growing lonely. In fact, it can be one of the most empowering, self-fulfilling stages of your life if you know how to navigate it. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 powerful daily habits that can completely reshape your experience of aging solo. These aren't just tips to kill time. These are life-shaping routines that will help you stay mentally sharp, emotionally resilient, physically active, and most importantly, genuinely happy. There's a fine line between loneliness and peaceful solitude. That line, it's drawn by the small decisions you make each day. So if you're ready to transform growing older into a rich, vibrant, and meaningful chapter of your life, stay with me until the very end. What you'll learn here might just change the way you see your future. Habit 1, create a daily routine and stick to it. Imagine waking up without a plan, no appointments, no work, no one expecting you anywhere. At first, that might sound like freedom, but give it a few weeks and it often turns into a void, aimlessness, boredom, even emotional drift. One of the most important habits you can adopt as you age is having a structured daily routine. And I'm not talking about packing your day with endless chores or obligations. I'm talking about giving yourself rhythm, purpose, and flow. A daily routine acts like a compass. It helps you feel grounded, especially when life feels unpredictable or empty. Let's be honest, after retirement, when kids are grown and gone and the social calendar thins out, it's easy to let the days blur into one another. Morning becomes afternoon, afternoon becomes evening, and suddenly another week has passed. No real memory of what filled the time. But when you design your days, you reclaim control. You're not just letting life happen to you, you're actively choosing how to live it. Take Robert, a 76-year-old retired engineer. After his wife passed away, the silence in his home was deafening. He fell into a pattern of late mornings, skipping meals, and watching hours of television just to pass the time. Each day felt slower than the last. But one morning, Robert decided to change things. He created a simple daily schedule: wake up at 7 a.m., walk around the neighborhood, make breakfast from scratch, read for an hour, and call his grandkids in the afternoon. Gradually, he added new habits: watering the garden, volunteering twice a week, journaling before bed. The result, he didn't just feel better, he felt alive again. Your routine doesn't have to be rigid. It can be full of small joys: your favorite morning tea, 15 minutes of music, a stroll after lunch, or even just lighting a candle in the evening while you read. These are the moments that anchor your spirit. And remember, the morning is where everything begins. Set the tone right from the start. Wake up at the same time each day. Open the windows, breathe in fresh air. Make your bed. It's a small win. Eat something nourishing. Step outside even just for 5 minutes. These little wins add up. They build momentum. They remind you that even on your own, you are still in control of your time, your energy, and your life. Habit 2, make movement non-negotiable. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you truly moved your body with intention? Here's something we often forget. Aging doesn't automatically mean slowing down. Yes, your body changes, but staying active is your secret weapon against nearly everything: fatigue, stiffness, mental fog, even loneliness. Physical movement isn't about looking good. It's about feeling strong, staying independent, and keeping your mind sharp. It helps regulate sleep, boosts mood, improves circulation, and supports your immune system. And the best part, you don't need fancy equipment or gym memberships. Movement can be as simple as a daily walk around the block, light stretching while the coffee brews, dancing to your favorite old song, doing a few chair exercises while watching TV. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Meet Eleonora, a 78-year-old retired librarian. After she left her job, her days got quieter and more sedentary. Over time, she noticed her knees ached more, her back stiffened, and her energy dropped. She thought maybe this is just part of getting old. But then she joined a local walking group, just twice a week, nothing fancy. She also began stretching in the morning for 5 minutes, and added some gentle yoga videos on YouTube. The change almost immediate. Her balance improved, her posture straightened, and best of all, her mood lifted. She even started sleeping better at night. Here's what most people don't realize. Motion is medicine, and it's never too late to start. Even if you're limited by mastery or mobility, there are chair-based exercises, water aerobics, or Tai Chi classes designed just for seniors. Every time you choose to move your body, you're sending a message to yourself. I'm still here. I still matter. I'm still in motion. So stand up, stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, take a deep breath, and remind your body that it's still very much alive. Coming up next, we'll dive into the third habit, a powerful one that helps combat emotional isolation and brings a deep sense of connection even if you live alone. But first, ask yourself this. What's one small thing you can add to your daily routine starting tomorrow? Write it down. Make a promise to yourself. Because the difference between a life that drifts and a life that thrives starts with one habit. Stay with me, we're just getting started. So far, we've talked about the power of having a solid routine and the incredible benefits of daily movement. Now let's keep that momentum going, because staying active isn't just about your body. It's about keeping your mind sharp and your heart connected too. Habit 2. Continued. Keep moving because it changes everything. Even if you're not up for long walks or trips to the gym, there are so many gentle, low-impact ways to stay active. Think about it like this. Movement doesn't have to be intense to be effective. It just needs to be part of your rhythm, like brushing your teeth or eating your meals. Chair exercises, water aerobics, or simply standing up and sitting down repeatedly, these small actions do more than you might imagine. They boost circulation, maintain muscle tone, and keep your joints moving. Think of your body like a garden hose. If water flows through it every day, it stays flexible. But if left unused for too long, it stiffens and cracks. The key here is consistency. Just like eating or sleeping, movement should be part of your daily lifestyle. No debate, no skipping. And here's something fascinating. Exercise doesn't only benefit your muscles and joints. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your brain. Yes, really. Studies have shown again and again that regular physical activity helps reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. When you move, your heart pumps more efficiently, sending oxygen-rich blood to your brain. That's like fuel for your focused memory and creativity. And there's more movement helps release stress, reduce anxiety, and increase those feel-good endorphins. It's like medicine, but natural and completely free. Feeling overwhelmed or out of shape? Don't worry. Start small. A 5-minute walk around your living room. A few slow stretches in the morning. Maybe some light housework that gets you on your feet and gently moving. It's not about speed or intensity. It's about building a habit. The more you move, the easier it becomes. And before long, you'll notice you're sleeping better, your energy is stronger, and your mood is brighter. So if this is all resonating with you, if you're nodding along and thinking, yes, this is what I needed to hear, I'd love to know. Drop a number 2 in the comments so I can see who's still with me. And while you're at it, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and tap the bell icon. That way you won't miss out on any future videos packed with insights just like this. Your support truly means the world and helps us keep creating meaningful content just for you. Now let's move into the next crucial habit, one that might surprise you in how deeply it impacts your health and happiness. Habit 3, stay socially engaged even when you're alone. One of the most difficult parts of aging on your own isn't the physical aches or the long afternoons, it's the quiet, the absence of voices, the empty seat across from you, the realization that people you used to see every day are no longer part of your daily life. Friends move away, family gets busy, and gradually it becomes easier to stay isolated, telling yourself it's better not to bother anyone. But here's the truth, isolation is dangerous. Multiple studies have shown that chronic loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day or carrying significant excess weight. It increases the risk of heart disease, depression, and even accelerates cognitive decline. Yes, loneliness can literally break your heart. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept loneliness as part of aging. Staying socially connected is a daily decision, one that can transform your entire emotional landscape. Even the smallest interactions can make a huge difference. A 2-minute chat with a neighbor, a phone call to a friend, a warm smile at the grocery store. These are not just niceties, they're lifelines. Let me introduce you to Frank, an 80-year-old widower. After losing his wife, he started spending more and more time by himself. The TV stayed on all day, not for entertainment, but to fill the silence. He waited for the phone to ring, but it rarely did. He told himself, everyone's busy. I don't want to be a burden. Sound familiar? But as weeks turned into months, that silence started to feel heavy. Even simple tasks became harder. Life felt dull. Then Frank made a choice. He picked up the phone and called an old friend. They talked for 20 minutes. Nothing deep, just catching up. But it felt good, so he did it again the next week. Then he joined a local senior group that met on Wednesdays, and on a whim he signed up for an online chess club. What happened next? He started smiling more, laughing again, feeling alive. The world hadn't changed, but he had. Being socially active doesn't mean attending big parties or throwing events. It's about the daily habit of connection. A text message, a quick video call, meeting someone for coffee, sharing a recipe online, joining a club or community centered on something you love. And let's not forget, we live in a time when technology can bridge the gap. If you don't have friends or family nearby, platforms like Zoom, Facebook, and countless forums allow you to engage with people across the world. You might be physically alone, but you don't have to feel disconnected. Many older adults have found deep fulfillment by joining virtual book clubs, interest-based Facebook groups, or weekly Zoom chats. These small efforts create a sense of belonging, and that sense of belonging is everything. Because here's the thing, loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about feeling like no one sees you, hears you, or connects with you. And the way to fight that is by making the effort to reach out, even if just a little, every single day. And you'll see the more you reach out, the more life starts to reach back. Habit 4, keep your mind stimulated because it's your greatest asset. There's a common myth out there that getting older automatically means your mind will slow down. But let's clear that up right now. Your brain is not a candle burning out. It's a muscle. And just like any muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. Too often as people age, they let their minds become passive. Hours of television, days without new ideas. And slowly they start forgetting small things, losing focus and wondering, is this just aging? But it doesn't have to be that way. You have so much power to keep your mind sharp, curious, and vibrant, no matter your age. You don't need to take up calculus or memorize Shakespeare. Mental stimulation can be simple, enjoyable, and even fun. Read a book that challenges your thinking. Do crossword puzzles or Sudoku. Write in a journal. Have deep conversations. Learn something new, like a language or a recipe from another culture. Take Janet, for example, a 74-year-old former teacher. After retiring, she slipped into the habit of watching daytime TV all day. Over time, she noticed she was forgetting little things. Her mind felt fuzzy. She felt unmotivated. So she made a small change. She picked up a book, started doing crossword puzzles in the morning. Then she joined an online Spanish class, something she'd always wanted to try. Within weeks, she noticed a shift. Her thoughts were clearer. Her memory improved. She felt more like herself again. The bottom line, your brain needs exercise too. Every time you learn something new, solve a problem, or even switch up your routine, your brain creates new connections, keeping it flexible, strong, and resilient. Mental activity doesn't just fight off boredom or forgetfulness. It also helps reduce stress, prevent depression, and make life feel exciting again. Because when your mind is engaged, life has color. Up next, we'll dive into Habit 5, a habit that speaks directly to your heart and brings meaning to your daily life. Stay with me. What's coming next might be the most emotionally powerful shift of all. Earlier, we talked about how keeping your mind active can sharpen your memory and uplift your mood. Now let's explore something just as powerful, something that nourishes not only your mind, but also your heart and spirit. Number 5, practice gratitude and reflection. One of the most transformative habits you can develop, especially as you age, is to practice gratitude daily. It's simple but profoundly effective. Why? Because gratitude shifts your perspective. When you're older, it's easy to focus on what you've lost, loved ones, health, energy, even opportunities. The world you once knew might look different now. But what if instead of dwelling on what's gone, You started focusing on what still remains. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the light even when the sky is cloudy. Just taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you're thankful for can uplift your mood, reduce stress, and even improve physical health. That's not just feel-good talk. Scientific studies back it up. People who practice gratitude regularly report lower levels of anxiety and depression. They sleep better, they feel more connected, and they tend to approach life with a greater sense of purpose. Take George, for example. A 79-year-old retired firefighter, George faced one of life's most difficult losses when his wife passed away. The days afterward were quiet and heavy. He'd sit in his armchair, flipping through old photo albums, waiting for the phone to ring. Life began to feel colorless. But one morning, everything started to shift. George picked up a pen and began writing. Not long letters, just 3 things each day that he was grateful for. Sometimes it was something big, his grandson's laugh during a video call. Other times, something small, a warm cup of coffee, or the birds singing outside his window. Over time, his perspective began to change. The grief didn't disappear, but it no longer overshadowed every part of his life. Gratitude helped him rediscover the beauty in the ordinary. Reflection goes hand in hand with gratitude. In a world that often moves too fast, taking a moment to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and simply be can create peace in your day. Whether it's prayer, meditation, journaling, or simply stepping outside to feel the breeze on your face, reflection helps center your thoughts and clear the emotional fog. And the best part, gratitude and reflection cost nothing. You don't need any special equipment or a perfect setting, just a few quiet moments. If you've never tried it before, start small. Each morning or evening, think of 3 things that made you smile that day. Maybe it was a good meal, a kind word, or just the comfort of your favorite blanket. When you train your mind to notice the good becomes easier to see. Life will always bring challenges, there's no escaping that. But happiness isn't about avoiding pain. It's about how you respond to it. When you make gratitude and reflection a daily ritual, you begin to build resilience, inner calm, and a lasting sense of contentment. Even in solitude, you'll find that you're never truly alone. Number 6, find a way to help others. This might sound surprising, but one of the fastest ways to overcome loneliness is to help someone else. It seems counterintuitive, right? When you're feeling low, the instinct is to turn inward to focus on your own struggles. But giving, whether it's your time, your kindness, or your wisdom, can be a lifeline. Not just for others, but for you. Helping others doesn't mean you have to save the world. It's about small, meaningful acts, checking in on a neighbor, sharing advice with someone younger, volunteering a few hours a week. Even offering a smile to a stranger can spark connection. Let's look at Margaret's story. She's 82, a retired nurse who spent decades caring for others. But after retiring, her home felt quieter. Her children had moved on with their lives. Her phone rang less often. The silence at first felt peaceful, but over time it turned to loneliness. Then Margaret found a new way to serve. She started volunteering at a local food bank. Just a few hours a week, she packed boxes, shared conversations, and met people from all walks of life. Slowly that spark returned. She had something to look forward to, a place to be needed, and a new sense of purpose she hadn't felt in years. Giving isn't just about big gestures, it's about presence, about showing others they matter, and in doing so reminding yourself that you matter too. Even if mobility is a challenge, there are still ways to give. Write letters to old friends, mentor younger people online, share a story, a recipe, or a piece of wisdom with someone who needs it. Every one of us has something to offer. When you help others, you become part of something bigger than yourself. You shift your focus away from isolation and toward connection. That simple act of reaching out, of making someone else's day better, can fill your heart in ways you never expected. If you're still watching this video and these messages are resonating with you, comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do it. Click the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us continue to create content that informs and inspires. Now let's wrap things up with some final thoughts.